a Bite. I am your host, Chef Sheena, the Christian chef, and today we have LaKisha Bradley.
Hey.
Yay. A lot of y'all from our Northwest Arkansas following may know her from My-T-By-Design.
Yes.
And she's going to be our guest today, so we're going to make some nachos. So we're going to make some chicken and shrimp nachos with some black bean chips or regular tortilla chips, however you like it. Kind of getting us ready for the fall because it's about a couple of weeks before game day.
Yes, it is.
And I'm so ready for it. So, but let's start off with the refresher of the word. You want to read it? You want me to read it?
You can read it. You got this. You got this, girl. You can read it.
All right. See, I thought I was going to get a break today, but I guess not. All right. So we in Colossians. I'm saying that right. 3:2. And it's saying your old life is dead. So who you was before, now is dead. Okay. Your new life. So you're in your new life, which is your real life. Even though invisible to spectators, in which Christ, and with Christ, it is with Christ and God. So basically, it's just saying like who you were before. That's not who you are, and that's not who God is judging you as right now. He's judging you as the new you. So when you picked up your cross and decided to start walking with Him, He swiped your slate clean, and He just made a bigger and better you. What you think?
That is so true. I think about my own personal journey and my story, and that's exactly kind of what He did. You know, my previous life,
yes,
I called myself a Walmartian. I was with Walmart for for 16 years. I started out as an intern and worked my way all the way up through the company.
All right.
And truly enjoyed what I was doing, but I ended up getting that what you call the whispers.
Yes.
Have you heard of the whispers before?
I have. I'm working on it. I'm listening. I'm learning to listen.
Ooh, yes. So he kept giving me the whisper while I was working, and y'all, I was comfortable, very, very comfortable with what I was doing. And this whisper on a particular day became a very loud roar.
Yes.
And it was one that I could not shake. I kid you not, literally on my way to work, traffic came to a halt. This is how strategic God is. Traffic came to a halt, and literally in that moment,
I'm listening.
the voice, it's okay. The voice began to speak. And in the moment that I heard the voice, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to write this down.
Exactly.
But I couldn't because I was in my car, y'all.
Right.
But mind you, traffic was at a halt. So what I did in that moment, and I tell people you're not supposed to text and drive, okay? I'm gonna put that out there. But in that moment, I said, I gotta text it to myself. But we weren't moving, so we were at a halt. So I'm in my car, and all of a sudden I'm hearing this download coming. I'm doing this. And when I got done and I looked at my phone, I said, whoo. I said, oh my God. Shot it to my husband. And ultimately, I knew then God was getting ready to shift me. And He pretty much said that. He said, I'm placing a shift in your life. And there was a whole bunch more that was placed within that. But at the end of it, He said, this is bigger than one person, now go forth.
Exactly.
And that's when it started.
But it's funny how God, interrupts your life.
Ooh,
Could you be thinking you are on the right direction, in the right path, and God just swoops on through, and He just changes things up, and you're just kind of like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
How is this possible?
Mm-hmm.
You know? So as I'm going through my journey, I started my business and my food truck, but I always had told my sister-in-law, I was like, I just want to turn my business into my ministry. But basically, I just thought I was going to be in food truck. I did want to turn my business into my ministry, but I just didn't know how I was going to do that. I was like, what does this mean? How do I do it? But I knew it was in my head to do it. Yeah. So whenever I came up with Bibles and a Bite, it was like, oh, it just all came together and it made sense. But I was floating around everywhere. I was doing Daily Bread with Chef Sheena, and then I had the refresher of the word, and then I wanted to start with my podcast, and then we started at 7 Hills. And it was just like all floating everywhere. And I was like, okay, God, how do we put this under one umbrella? And that's when he told me, he was like, you know, your tool, your gift, your talent is you cooking. Kinley's is your umbrella. So everything else is going to go up under Kinley's. And I was like, okay. So now it all makes sense. So as I'm going through my, building my nonprofit and all that, it's like, what? This doesn't make sense. What is this? Like, I know how to build a business for profit. I don't know how to build a business for nonprofit. But he actually told me that I'm going to send those people to you. So stop having a fit. Stop feeling like you got to do it on your own. And I really don't. He sends so many people into my life, and I'm just like, wow, he really made it possible. So, and then that's why I wanted to bring you in, because you did exactly the same thing. You turned your business into your ministry. So I wanted to share that to the world so they can see how amazing, like, you started and to where you are now. Because I feel like you came from, like, corporate America type situation, and now you're, like, nonprofit and chilled and laid back, and you did the transition to where it did not phase you. Like, you didn't show any sweat.
Ooh, okay. I receive that, because behind the scenes.
But that's everybody.
Yes.
That's from the outside looking in.
Yes, because, yes, behind the scenes, it was many days and nights in my prayer closet with sticky notes, me laying out on the floor, crying like, what in the world did I just do? Like, okay, God, help me, because you done took everything away from me. And he's saying, you got to trust and fall on me. Stop falling on yourself or everybody else. I need you to fall on me.
Right.
And I had to give it up. And when I finally chose to give it up, that's when he really began to just show out. Literally show out. So I tell y'all, you know, God, he uses our gifts for his glory. And so remember that. So tap into your gift. Each and every one of us has many gifts.
Exactly. Yes.
But just identify one.
Yes. And I found my small one, and I was like, I don't even like to cook. Like, I don't. But once I got out in the field and started to do it, it's like, oh, well, it's like the most effortless thing that I do. And I'm like, oh, why didn't I think of this a long time ago?
I'm glad you decided to go ahead and cook, because your food is fire.
Thank you. Thank you. We're going to make some nachos today. We're going to make some simple game food. And then after we're done, we're going to switch over to our podcast. So I need you to do 3 things for me today. So I need you to like and subscribe to my channel. Well, it's actually going to be like 4, but we're going to get there. And then I need you to actually put in some comments in there, like, what's your favorite scripture? How is the word, how do you use the word to apply in your everyday life? What kind of recipes do you like to cook? What kind would you like for me to cook? And maybe if you're in the area, who would you like to see as our next guest? So I know that's a lot, but we can do this together. And not only that, in my bio, I have a little donation button for, so you can hit the donations. That all the proceeds that we get from our donation goes to our Feed the Homeless in our area. So we chose to go to 7 Hills. That's where we're starting at, even though it's a lot. And after we get done with, they let up the eviction, what is it, memorandum or whatever, is going to make our population of homeless people go up a lot more. So every dollar and every cent matter. And even if you can't donate money, you can always donate your time if you're here local to help feed and to show your support. All right, guys, so we got all of our toppings ready for our nachos. So if you know me, I love nachos. Like, that's nachos and wings, like, that's my best. That's my favorite. And I try to eat healthier, a little bit on the healthier side. So today, instead of like the cantinas, because that's my thing, but I'm going to try the black bean chips. And she's going to do the cantina. So we're going to see how that works out today.
So just pour it all across?
Yeah. All right, guys. So Making a nacho, it depends on the person. So how do you like yours? Do you like to start with your meat, or do you like to start with your cheese? How do you like to start it?
Let's start with the meat first.
Okay, well, that's how she likes to make hers. I like to start mine with the cheese, so we're just gonna kind of do one thing at a time.
Okay. And just kind of spread it all over.
Mm-hmm. Pile it up.
Okay.
And actually, guys, these chips aren't that bad. They're really good. I'm gonna start with the beans while she's using the meat. I like black beans. I don't know about you, LaKisha, but
Nah. I'm a little plain Jane when it comes to.
she's not there yet, guys.
I'm not there yet, y'all.
It took a while for me to get here, and sometimes I find myself going back. But once you figure out how to make it it's a lot easier.
It actually took me a minute to even just with cheese. Like, I started eating cheese maybe, let's see now, about 10 years ago.
You didn't like cheese? Now, see, that's my weakness, guys. I'm not giving up no cheese, so no ma'am, no ham, no spam.
But yeah.
All right. You good? You need more?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
She said she good. So I'm gonna put some more cheese on mine. I like to layer it. But we have, I love red onions. I got jalapenos. I got black olives, and we have a salsa and a lime, if you like lime, and then
With sour cream.
sour cream. Yeah, I couldn't get it out. It was
look.
coming, but it just hadn't came yet. And then we're gonna put it in the oven on broil so we can get all the cheese and the gooiness and everything to come out. So tell us about My-T-By-Design.
So My-T-By-Design actually is a term that God gave, literally.
All right.
When you think about my whole company, the whole program, everything, it was given by him from above. So it's based off of Philippians 4:13, which means that I can do all things through Christ. Exactly.
That's my life verse for the year. You guys know it. But I usually state that even like when I go do my offering every week.
Yeah.
I write it on the back of my envelope. Whether I'm with plenty or if I'm in lack, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Because it's real. And so My-T-By-Design, it's a metaphor that means that we're all mighty by God's design.
Exactly.
There's unique gifts that we have in us, but it starts with us believing in ourselves in order for it to come out. And so our mission, it's about helping individuals see their value and know their worth. And we utilize art as the gateway to doing that.
Exactly. I tried to get her to come and paint today, but she was like, nah.
I've been doing so much of it, y'all. And I love it. I love it. I love it. But we talking about food right now? I'm not about to miss out on this good food.
See, the funny thing is, like, I bet she was thinking we was gonna fry some pork chops, because that's what she orders when she comes to my truck. Pork chops with the smothered pork chops with gravy and all the
and
fixing.
Greens, and
Yes,
cornbread.
I was like, see, no ma'am, we'll be here all day.
But this could be good too.
It is gonna be good. So we're gonna pop these in the oven. I have my oven set at 425, but I'm gonna hit broil because what we want to do is to get all the caramelization on top of the chips with the cheese and just make it ooey and gooey. So when you pull it, it all stretches and it does a really good situation. So we'll be back.